we've had this whole period of crazy inflation and the cost of everything has gone up. What implications does that have for renters insurance? Should people be thinking about having more coverage, or are there certain types of coverage that people should be thinking about now that they didn't really think about before?
Ooh, that is a very good question. That really will depend on what state you are in. But for the most part, people need to make sure on their renter's insurance, number one, that they have enough content. That's their personal items, their bowling balls, their TVs, their hoops and ladders and all that other stuff. Everything that they moved into that house. They need to make sure that that renter's insurance policy can at least get them started at a new place. That's number one. Number two is what's called extra expense. A lot of companies now are just, given 1 to 2 to 5% of the content. So if your content coverage is $10,000, you'll only get $1,000 for extra expense, which is money that will be paid to you to go stay somewhere else until your place is ready to move back in.
Oh, okay.
Extra expense. Now, the challenge that and then the third one, I'm sorry, is liability exposure. Nobody that rents anywhere in the United States should ever have less than $300,000 in liability exposure. Because again, a renter can be sued if their bowling buddy comes over, gets drunk, and falls off the patio. Yes, those big three things. And then the fourth thing when it comes to renter's insurance, if the renter has like a brand new $5,000 gaming computer, well, no renter's insurance policy is going to cover that entirely. So they would put that on a personal article policy in order to make sure it's covered. And the last thing they need to double check is to make sure that the renter's insurance covers them wherever they travel, at least in the United States, to include when things are stolen out of their car.